Hello everybody, Joe Bagnotes here, and welcome back for another episode of One. It's only like 8 hours from when I uploaded the last video, but it won't be for you guys. But yeah, one thing I was talking about on Discord, on our visual novel channel, was that this feels like a prototype of like the Fuko route from Clanad, and I'm going to talk about that for a second. So Clanad spoilers for the anime, it's like the first 6 episodes, so it's not that big a deal. But also, as I've gotten older and actually read Clanad's visual novel, the first season of Clanad's not that good. It's like extremely okay, and yeah. But anyway, the Clanad visual novel. You see, the thing with Fuko's route is you can fall onto it while doing the Nagisa route. So basically, you can, you're pretty much dating Nagisa, but you're still on the Fuko route. Because you're like, yeah, Nagisa's the goal I like, but Starfish Girl issue is a pretty big deal because, the little friend group and all that. But the Fuko route works honestly the best that way in a non-romantic context, because there's essentially 2 endings to that route. Basically, there's the the ending that the anime went with, where it's like everyone's just walking down the hall after the big thing happens, and Fuko comes and like, will you be Fuko's friend? Or if you go the romantic option, it's like, will you be Fuko's boyfriend? And it's like, that second one, I don't know about that one, Chief. But just being like friends with Fuko, yeah. They're just like, chemistry just works better as like a group of friends instead of like the girl you're dating. And that kind of feels like what the issue here is. Like, it just fucking cranked up from like 0 to 11 real fucking quick. And I don't know if they're gonna talk about that. Hopefully they will. But yeah, let's just get in there and continue being uncomfortable in social situations. Ugh. That pizza I had today, it's still fighting me. Ugh. Okay. Assuming a few other guys, few other close guys party inside my room, like they've taken residence in there for 3 days, 3 nights. Pretty sure we've already read this, so I could probably skip it. Nope. Different scene. Cool. Of course, there's no smoke without fire. There's a number of empty bottles rolling about next to the heater table. Ah, there we go. Just want us to be friends, Nagamori. Finally, our lazy winter holidays comes to an end. The lessons are boring, but it's generally good to be back at school with friends who I can joke around with like this. And besides, I have a girlfriend now. Does she know that? Yo, been keeping well? Right, well, it's back to school for us, so let's give it our best. No good, hopeless girlfriend, but one that just might be right for me. You sure about that? There's plenty I can do for her, but more importantly, she needs me. There's a pretty big discrepancy in the power dynamics in this relationship, and yeah. And that's more than enough for me. We come to spend our time together after class. Nagamori is busy with club activities as usual, and Nase is still running about observing clubs. Thus, before we know it, it's just the 2 of us left in the classroom. By the time I notice, Sheena is already standing next to my desk. Okay, well, let's go out somewhere. In my own way, I've been planning a slow escalation in the sophistication of the ways we played. But it turns out it'd be too early for a movie after all. Ignoring the screen completely, she takes my right hand and spends the whole time playing by intertwining our fingers. Of course, there's no way I can concentrate on the screen while being subjected to that, so in the end, we leave before the 30-minute mark. You really have no interest in anything that isn't alive, do you? I don't know, just get her interested in, like, Sonic the Hedgehog or something. After leaving the theater, we head straight to the hamburger shop for dinner. Stuffing her cheeks with the usual teriyaki burger, she gives a broad smile. Well, that might all be well and good, but it's a little disappointing that things turned out so much like they always do. Munch munch. Glug glug. Hey, Sheena? Want to come over to my house? My home. After a moment of consideration, she gives a nod. I feel the urge to divert from the usual course of events, even by a little. Sheena's excited for the entire journey from the hamburger shop to my house, constantly turning her head this way and that to look around. It's probably the first time she'll set foot in this area. Filled with interest, she cries out with a series of "where" and "fwes." When I was young, I walked through the area outside the school district with a pounding in my heart too. From the moment when I set foot over the boundary, I was in a different land, not knowing the scenery or people or even the way back. Mere 1 or 2 kilometers felt like an unknown distance across the sea, or even another dimension weighing down upon me in the form of fear. It was an adventure, a stretch towards becoming an adult. Watching the way Sheena acts now, it all comes back to me. I'm home! No one's here. In fact, it'd be more interesting if your aunt was here and you had to explain this to her. But no one else is. Now, my aunt doesn't come home until late at night, so it's just the two of us alone. Another thing to make the heart pound. With our parents gone, the house becomes a giant personal base. Fortifying ourselves against intruders who would never arrive, we would complete our fantastic objectives. But now, I am tall. The backs of the high shelves are no longer beyond my reach, and the space between the stairs is no longer the ideal hiding place. Somehow, being with her brings back old memories. Come with me, Sheena. My room is on the 2nd floor. And so we spend the time just sitting there in my room. I turn on the TV, but she continues to look at me, only turning to watch, in trance whenever little animals appear. And although she faces me, she says nothing, simply looking at my face and body. What is it? She remains silent in response to my question. She's quiet, but she doesn't look particularly dissatisfied, and from that, I discern her simple reply, nothing at all. She really is an interesting girl. If I reach out and scratch below her neck for her, she closes her eyes in pleasure. Don't treat her like a cat. And if I stop, her face immediately reverts to its usual lack of expression. Enjoying her reactions, I try all sorts of different things, buddy. As expected, she doesn't like it when I stick my fingers in her nose, giving a dissatisfied cry of, "Oh!" In the midst of teasing her, I end up holding her from behind. Buddy? Sheena seems the happiest in this position, leaning into my body with a completely relaxed expression. From inside the cathode ray tube, a nondescript artist sings a nondescript hit song in a nondescript way. Hardly paying any attention, I continue to watch with unfocused eyes. Whenever I'm with Sheena, it always feels like we get mixed up in something busy and confusing. That's why peaceful times like these feel so precious to me. Just sitting there sharing the same moments as they pass on by. I look down as the TV program ends to find Sheena already fast asleep. She isn't even like a little sister, but more like a daughter. Oh, you're making that dynamic even weirder. I wonder if this is how it feels. If so, it might just be more fun than I expected. At any rate, it doesn't seem as though she'll be able to go home today. You could just bring her home. Wake her up. Or she looks like she weighs, fucking 60 pounds soaking wet, so you could just throw her on your back and, carry her home. Turning off the noisy TV, I lay Sheena down on the bed. Then, heading downstairs, I give Nagamori a call. Hello, it's, Orihara here. It's Sheena. She's in my room sleeping right now, but she's in my room right now, but she's fallen asleep. Yeah, it's too late to wake her up now. Thanks. Well, good night. Okay, good way of doing it. Have Nagamori do it so it sounds less as bad as it is. Having made some simple arrangements, I head to the bathroom before returning to my room. It's an unusual experience, having to take care to be quiet as I enter my own room. Sheena's little body remains asleep on the bed where I last left her. Unlike when I put her down, however, she's now curled up and lying on her side. It's a somewhat comical sight, and I can't help but laugh. It'd be fun to have someone like her sleeping beside me every day, I consider, resuming my train of thought from before. I guess I'll have to get some sleep too. Turning off the lights, I bury my body beneath the heater table. The only thing I can hear is the constant sound of Sheena breathing in her sleep. Finally, I fall asleep too. Mew. Mew. Eh? I realize that I'm being shaken. Sheena, what's wrong? My brain still isn't entirely awake. The bathroom. Let's see. It'd be kind of hard for you to find it in this dark. Pulling myself out from the heater table, I stand up. Come with me. Turning on the light, I leave the room. Passing down the dark corridor, I descend the stairs. Sheena falls behind me, gripping tightly onto the back of my clothes. Turning the corner in front of my aunt's bedroom, we pass by the bathroom and stop at a dead end. Here. I point to the bathroom with my chin. Looking relieved, Sheena dashes inside, while still holding on to my clothes. Hey, don't tell me you want to take me in there with you. She stares into my face. Is she serious about dragging me inside? What is it? Oh, I see. Okay, I get it. I'll wait here for you. Looking reassured, she heads inside the bathroom. She could at least flush while she's doing her business. Just sing a little song to yourself. Sheesh. When it comes to her, she's more worried about her childish fears than being embarrassed as a girl. Finally, I hear the forceful sound of water from the other side. Did you wash your hands? So saying, she spreads her still wet hands in front of her face. Good. We turn back down the way we came. Having returned to my room and checking that Sheena's beneath the covers in my bed, I turn the light back off. Once more, I dive under the heater table. Fortunately, despite having gotten up once, it doesn't seem like I'll have any trouble getting back to sleep. There's no way I'm letting the opportunity escape. Finding a comfortable angle at which to position my body, I surrender to my drowsiness. Rustle. Rustle, rustle. Now the heater table blanket is lifted from my back, letting in cold air. At the same time, something fumbles about behind me before clinging tightly to my back. Sheesh, she's just like a cat. I can hear the sound of breathing coming from right behind my ear. Ignoring it, I tried to return to the dream I was having. but Sheena won't allow it. Sticking the tip of her nose into the depression between my backbone and ribs, she begins to rub it against me. Okay. She must be the type who can't get back to sleep once she wakes up. Leave her alone. I could just leave her alone and go to sleep, but I'd feel bad for her, so I decided to keep her company for a while. Not feeling sleeping anymore? I see. Murmuring incoherently, she continues to rub her nose against my back. You're not going to sleep on the bed? It'll hurt when you wake up if you sleep down here. But it'd be a waste to leave the bed unoccupied. Can I use it? Right then, here I go. After all, I'm not sleeping down here on the hard floor because I want to. Pulling out from under the heater table, I crawl into the bed. As I do, Sheena quietly follows me. She hugs me from the side as I lie there facing up. Oh god, you sleep on your back, you fucking psychopath? Or in a girl lying in bed embracing. Well, I guess it isn't particularly indecent, since we're boyfriend and girlfriend in name. In name. But it's somewhat frightening how Sheena doesn't seem particularly aware of that. Yeah, and that's an issue, buddy. There's no doubt that she's hugging me in the same way she would hug Nagamori. That, in its own way, is tragic. Because in the end, it's nothing more than proof that this is a charade. Proof, huh? Oh, we're following the guide. I decided to test her. Would Sheena really accept the sort of thing that real lovers did? Oh! I get the feeling that she'd say mew and make an escape for the heater table, but still locked in an embrace, I reach down between her legs and place my fingertips against her sensitive parts through her skirt. Oh, I don't like this. This is bad. Oh, oof. Let me get my sticky note and pencil for when I need to make a cut, which feels like it might be soon. Then I gradually begin to move them. Sheena looks at my face in surprise, but she doesn't run away yet. Bewildered, she searches for another position to move her waist into. But no matter how she positions herself, my fingertips continue to stroke her. She's clearly frowning in confusion at the changes her body was undergoing, perhaps? I don't know. But I continue. But you really shouldn't. If she didn't like it, she could have stopped my hand with her own two empty hands. Oh, buddy, you're normally pretty good. But I don't like this. I don't like this. But she doesn't. Despite her anxiety of what I'm doing, she must still trust me. That makes it even worse. Although she cries out weakly, she continues to lie there passively. Shh. There's still her skirt and underwear between us, so she shouldn't be feeling it too much yet. But even so, she must still be disgusted. Continuing to attack the precious part of her body with one hand, I move my body to cover hers from directly above. Oh! Yeah, okay, this is where I'm gonna make my cut, so see you on the other end. Bye. Sheena? Okay, very short H scene from the looks of it. Welcome back, YouTube folks. It was only like 4 minutes as compared to the normal, like, 10-15 of all the other girls. Probably because the writers were also like, I don't know how to write this, man. So they just like, and then they fuck. And it's over. Sheena! I pull her towards me in a hug once more. Sheena, do you want to stay by my side forever? Then stay. Don't lose sight of me now. After all, you're always looking around for other things. Good. That day, I felt as though I graduated from being Sheena's guardian. We became equals. I wouldn't say that. Because that day, I realized that I had started to need her too. Words were still clumsy, but I understood them better than anyone else, and I wanted to keep hearing them. Now we're skipping forward. The sight of Nagamori and I walk into school together, feeling that something is out of place. That sort of uneasy gaze she fixes me with. It's as if she's asking, "Who are you?" For a while, we simply stand there, silently facing each other. Yeah, Nanase's forgetting, everyone's forgetting, eternity, blah, blah, blah. But I simply stand there, staring into the space as Nanase had vacated. Into a world that extends into infinity. Yep, eternity, Hello, Misao. Crybaby crybaby who had begun to try and become an adult. 4 months which had passed by in the blink of an eye. 4 months for which I was happy. Weird how that line didn't skip. Okay. Mizuka! Without thinking, I yell out Nagamori's name. She stares in my face with expressionless eyes. Mizuka? My throat feels dry, and my saliva coils uncomfortably about the back of my tongue. Hey, Mizuka! No, I understand now. My existence is fading. That's what was causing that feeling of uneasiness. She smiles as she looks at me, as if trying to smooth things over. There was once a little girl who really wanted to become the princess of Candyland. Suddenly, I bring up something entirely new. Time passes, and through the strong wishes of that girl, a real Candyland is born. Yeah, they're talking blah blah blah. Soon I'll be leaving this place and heading for somewhere else. I feel an unerring premonition. Where is it that I'm about to go? Towards the sky. A place where no one can reach me, no matter how far they reach or how much they struggle. A place where time doesn't pass, a place from which there is nowhere to go. Eternity. The world that connects everything. Beyond the sky lies that place of eternity. The world that I had sought on that day. My world had begun then, and now it's drawing to a conclusion there. That's where I'm about to go. My existence is fading. I can feel myself disappearing and simply being forgotten. I hesitate as I pass through the school gates. It's nothing. I don't want to have reality thrust in my face again. I've had enough of this. Yeah. Nagamori runs on ahead. I stand and watch her go instead of following behind. The chime for the beginning of class echoes across the courtyard. I begin to walk away, trying to distance myself from the sound. I probably won't be able to stay here for much longer either. Or maybe it's not that I can't, but that I shouldn't. I've only been able to stay so far because our unconflicting lifestyles suited each other. The one thing I shouldn't do is cause trouble for Yukiko-san, who looked after me all this time. Taking only my wallet, I leave the house. Do coincidences really occur as easily as this? There in front of me stands Shina. Visiting Miyu. Hey, Shina. Disappearing from everyone's memories as our bonds dissolve, I'll soon depart for that place. There's no way there could be much of my presence left in someone I've only known for a few months like her. She'll never come pattering over and crying to me again the way she used to. I feel just a twinge of loneliness. But even so, she draws cautiously closer to the stranger that is me. What's wrong? Then, having come right up in front of me, She presses her nose against my chest. Sniff, sniff. Could she be sniffing my scent? Something seems to click inside her head. She throws her arms around my waist and hugs me. Oh, you can tell who I am? She rubs her head up against my neck. What are you, a dog? I stroke her head the way Nagamori does. What's happening? Are you still going to school? I see. You're really trying hard, aren't you? Is Nagamori well? Are you getting along with Nanase? I see. That's good. It's good to see that Shina's growing up. It's been a while since we've met, hasn't it? Want to get something to eat? Shina's face suddenly lights up. Shall we have some hamburgers again? Right, let's go. Shina looks up at the sky. I wipe my forehead with the back of my hand. Damn it, it's coming down. Doesn't take long for the rain to really start pouring down. It's still the beginning of spring. The rain is freezing. Shina cries out again. What is it this time? Tracing Shina's line of sight, I see a puppy tottering about the feet of pedestrians as they come and go. There's a collar around its neck, and it's dragging the attached leash around behind it. He must have gotten separated from his owner. Hey, wait! Before I can stop her, Shina is already running towards the puppy. Well, knowing her, I head in the same direction. The puppy gives a weak whimper as she takes it into her arms. Shall we get him back to his owner? Okay, but it won't be easy with this rain. If that's what you want, then that's what we'll do. I'm no longer concerned with anything else but her. Before the end comes for me, I want to see with my own eyes just how much she's grown. Right, let's look for his owner, together. For now, let's try going somewhere with a lot of people passing by. I set off, heading for the main street with Shina following behind. The rain grows ever fiercer, beating against the asphalt. Hurry up, Shina. You'll want to catch a cold. I quicken my footsteps, with Shina pattering behind me as she runs to keep up. Hurrying on, I weave my way through the increasing number of pedestrians. I don't need to turn around to know that Shina's falling behind. I begin to walk even faster. The sound of her cries grows smaller and smaller. Meow. The sound of her calling me disappears beneath the sound of the rain. That's cruel, but I don't have any time left. Turning back to look through the gaps in the crowd, I see her little figure looking left and right, desperately searching for me. Finally, at a loss for what to do, she stands there looking dazed. At last, she sadly begins walking. Leaving a distance between us, I follow behind her. Pedestrians caught without an umbrella violently dash past her in the sudden rain. Each time one of them bumps into her with a thump, she shrinks back to protect the puppy. The rain shows no sign of weakening. Shina simply continues to walk onwards, the idea of sheltering from the rain apparently not occurring to her. Even I'm soaked down in my underwear as I follow her. She's probably in the exact same state. I walk onwards, my shoes squelching as I go. Shina marches down the street, asking each person as she goes. But the passerby might not even have noticed her inquiry. All she does is come up beside slow pedestrians and lift the puppy a little, watching for a reaction. She doesn't even speak, so the majority of them don't even give her a glance as they walk on. Of the people she asks, a few kindly extend their umbrellas over her, but each time she quickly runs out from under it, as if escaping. Finally, by the time she has gone up and down the street several times, the number of passerbys begin to thin out. It's the rain. Everyone's probably decided to take shelter for now. But in spite of this, Shina's feet do not stop. She walks off, heading for a street with more people passing by. Turning into side streets and passing down narrow lanes and unknown paths, Sheena continues to walk. Suddenly, she comes to a stop in front of a high fence. Beyond the fence, I can see a park. And even further beyond that, a street where there are still people passing by. Hugging the puppy to her with one hand, she begins to climb up. Creaking, the fence begins to warp. Leaning over the top of the fence, she carefully puts a leg over it. But her other leg doesn't quite make it over. Not having realized this, she relaxes her arm, and her entire body heaves to one side. Splash. The very next instant, Sheena slams down hard into the mud. Kun! Still curled up in the mud, she quickly hugs onto the puppy who fell down with her. Checking that the puppy is safe, she gives a look of relief and hugs it to her chest. She doesn't seem in the least concerned about the mud all over her own clothes. Standing up, she gives the hem of her skirt a slight dusting. Doesn't change anything, but with that, she hurries onwards. Oh, look at that puppy! Passing through the park, she steps out onto the footpath. Turning about and taking a look around, she turns right. Rain splashes back furiously from the ground. Downpour, which an umbrella holds little meaning. The area around my shoulders is freezing. I brush aside the hair plastered to my forehead. Now, this is more than enough. Sheena, who has once been so clumsy and inept, has grown up. She's more mature now than when we first met. Not just by a little, by a lot. Sheena from back then would probably have started crying the moment I left her behind. Cried and run away from the reality that the duty we shared had suddenly become hers to bear alone. Cried in the middle of the street on her own while releasing the puppy from her arms. Cried while yelling, "Mew! Mew!" But things are different now. No longer will she cry and wait for someone else's helping hand. Now she's desperately struggling to fulfill her duty with her own strength. Doesn't seem as though she'll succeed, but that's alright. It's enough just to see her like this. I speed up my footsteps, trying to catch up to Sheena as she runs on ahead. Suddenly, I'm pushed aside as someone runs past me. It's a little boy, about the age of a lower grade primary school student. Giving a wordless cry, he tosses his little umbrella aside and dashes straight for Sheena, uncaring about getting wet in the rain. That's the owner of the puppy that Sheena had picked up. Having realized this, Sheena crouches down and extends the puppy she had been hugging to him. The boy's face suddenly lights up as he takes the puppy into his arms. The puppy licks its owner's face, and he responds with a smile. Then Sheena gently strokes the boy on the head. I feel a profound quivering sensation running through my body. The boy leaves, turning around several times to thank her. Sheena continues to look in the direction the boy disappeared in, a smile on her face. As she does, I come up from behind and clasp her in my arms. Seeing my face, she relaxes and entrusts her body to me. When did you grow so mature, Sheena? You had died, but from that moment onwards, she had set off on the journey to become an adult. A journey on which this is no more than a waypoint. But even so, it's something worth celebrating. And after all, I'm out of time. Wiping aside the forelock stuck to her forehead, I press my own forehead against hers. To celebrate with all my heart, I bestow the highest gratitude upon her. You did great. You'll be alright now. You'll be alright now, even on your own. I hug her tightly, so that I'll remember how warm she is, the way she smells, the way she feels. With that spirit inside your little body, keep trying hard. What's wrong? That's right. I forgot about that. Let's go. I feel bad leaving her wet like this, so we head back to her house to change first. The rain continues to batter against me, even as I wait outside her door. As I lead her into the hamburger shop, I'm struck by a strong sense of uneasiness. Something's not right. Could it be that Sheena, I'll have a teriyaki meal. Go on and order whatever you like. Order as much as you like with the money in here. So saying, I hand my entire wallet over to her. Taking the wallet, she patters over to the counter. Through my blurry vision, I watch the awkward exchange as she tries to order.
照り焼きのセット2つにもう一つ照り焼きにもう一つ照り焼きにポテトの大きいのにもう一つ照り焼き
I gotta get the nuggies.
あともう一つ照り焼きにナゲットも欲しいあともう一つ照り焼き欲しい
That's a lot of teriyaki burgers.
照り焼きバーガーのセットを2つに単品でポテトの L1 つにナゲット1つ照り焼きバーガーを5つでよろしいですか
あともう一つ照り焼き
Yeah, make an even 6.
照り焼きバーガー6つですね
You can have my share too, Sheena. But make sure you give my wallet back someday. And now that the end has come, I've got to set you free. Don't stay stuck to me forever. So when I give the signal, we're gonna be boyfriend and girlfriend. We're gonna be lovers until I say it's over, okay? Okay. It's been a long game of make-believe, but it's over. Got that, Sheena? How do I feel? I feel like it got weird at the end. Not the eternity stuff, but the interpersonal relationship stuff. Honestly, if they had just, like, kept it as, oh, she's, like, my friend, and even though, you know, we're different in, like, you know, just the way they are, they still made it work with, you know, they're a little group of friends, like you, me, Nagamori, and Anase, we're just a bunch of fucking idiots all hanging out together. That would have been great, but, you know, it's an eroge and fucking sex sells, so, you know, they did what they had to, even though they didn't. I don't know, man. Maybe the last choice would have kept it from being kind of rapey, but what can you do? Epilogue time. April 5th. Suddenly, I go back to the school I've been away from all this time. It's scary and full of new people I don't know. April 6th. I want to go back to the school I used to go to, where everyone else is, but I've decided to keep trying for a little longer. April 7th. I spoke a little with the people from my class. It happened after I spilled milk over my clothes at lunch. April 8th. Someone wrote something funny on the chalkboard. A girl from my class got mad and erased it for me. April 9th. My big sister from my old school called. I can see her on Sunday. I'm glad. April 10th. The school lunches aren't tasty. I want to eat hamburgers. April 12th. I had a lot of fun yesterday, but something bad happened today. My fun memories don't seem fun anymore. April 13th. A lot of bad things happened. A lot of things that aren't fun happened. April 14th. I don't want to go to school, but I went anyway. I think I should have stayed home after all. April 15th. Someone did something funny to me. The girl from class got angry again. April 16th. Nothing happened today. I didn't really care. April 17th. Someone told me to try laughing. I can't laugh because I'm not having fun. April 18th. Today and tomorrow are days off. I played outside for the first time in a long time. April 19th. I played outside just like yesterday. My big sister called at night. She said, "Keep trying your best. I said, uh-huh. April 20th. Something really bad happened. I won't write it down because I want to forget about it. April 21st. I can't stand this anymore. April 22nd. I won't write down what happened. April 23rd. I spilled my milk again. When I was able to talk some more. Then I was able to talk some more. It was with the girl who always gets angry. I forgot her name, but she's nice. April 24th. I made a friend. Let's be friends, she said. Her name is Mia. She's the girl I talked about yesterday. Going to school feels a little less bad now. April 25th. Mia talks a lot. We went home together, and we stopped to talk a lot when we had to split up. It was dark before we knew it. April 26th. I played outside. When I came back, I was told that Mia had called. I wanted to talk to her, but I didn't know her telephone number. April 27th. I had lunch with Mia. I managed to finish it all, because I had talked with Mia so much that I forgot it wasn't tasty. April 28th. School is becoming fun because Mia's there. There are still a lot of bad things, but they don't feel so bad anymore. April 29th. Mia's funny. April 30th. Mew! May 1st. Today was fun. May 2nd. Played outside with Mia. That's so much more fun than playing on my own. I was surprised. She said she would play with me next time too. I'm glad. May 3rd. Played with Mia again today. May 4th. I don't feel bad on Mondays anymore. May 5th. May 6th, May 7th, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February.
するとマユが学校に来られるようになったのもその彼氏のおかげなんだね。うん。いろんなことを教えてもらったんだね。その人から。うん。でもマユの彼氏なんて聞いたら
Yeah, it's kind of weird, almost like
どんな人だったのかな。
like
興味あるな。
super like weird.
かっこよかった？素敵だった？でも
Yeah, he like went to the sky or something. I don't really know, man.
でもね、マユと友達になろうって思ったのはね、強い子だって思ったからだよ。強い子？
Yeah, she saw how much he could deadlift and just immediately started gushing.
ほら、クラスの男の子たちに嫌がらせみたいなことされてもじっと我慢してたよね。我慢。マユと友達になりたかったの。別に同情とかじゃなかったんだよ。立派だって思ったからだよ。
Okay,
見習いたい
cool.
って思ったからだよ。ほえじゃないよ。マユ、自分で思ってる以上に強いんだよ。
If you say so, Mia.
私なんかね、すぐ泣いちゃうのに。マユは強いよ。
Yeah, she can like fucking go to the squat rack and the bar will be bending, and that's how much she'll be able to fucking do her reps.
マユ、最後に泣いたのいつ？
When she got fucking steak sauce on Nanase's dress. The day I last cried. Day 2 whole seasons ago.
照り焼きバーガーのセットを2つに単品でポテトの L 1つにナゲット1つ照り焼きバーガーを6つお待たせありがとうございました。
Thunk. Munch munch, munch munch, gulp, glug glug, munch munch, munch munch munch, munch munch, glug glug, munch, munch munch, munch munch, munch, glug glug.
お腹いっぱい。
Man, what a fucking mood ordering like 2 combo meals, a thing of nuggets, and like 7 burgers, and just eating them all by yourself in the restaurant, and then you start crying. What a fucking mood.
もう本日は閉店となりますがこちらの方はどうなさいますか？お持ち帰りできるよう 袋にお詰めしましょうか。こちらの食べかけのポテトの方も持ち帰られますか？こちらの
Yeah, just don't microwave them.
氷が溶けて薄くなっています
Just put them in the oven
お
instead.
捨てしてよろしいですか？ありがとうござい
Who
ました。
doesn't want a watered down Diet Pepsi? Now that restaurant looks like it serves Mr. Pibb. Or RC Cola. Patter, patter, patter. Patter, patter, patter. Not your line. You can't say that.
どうしたの？マユ。何か悲しいことあった？そう、かわいそうにね。マユ、ほら。
Yes, mother figure.
ほら、マユ。本当に悲しい時はね、泣いたって構わないのよ。
Oh, yeah, you just gotta do it at home in the shower.
お母さん、怒らないよ。ほら、マユ、おいで。
A special CG, nice. With a lot of hamburgers. The day I last cried. That was the last day that I cried. And the first day that I ever cried in my mother's lap. March. My graduation ceremony. To all the different people, thank you. And goodbye.
マユ、次の学校行っても一緒に遊ぼうね。絶対約束だよ。
A full year of memories. A year full of memories. Same thing. Memories of me trying hard on my own. To all the different people, thank you. And goodbye. Congratulations on your graduation, Sheena. You've become an adult, haven't you? To various people, thank you. What is this, the fucking end of Evangelion? But like not the movie end of Evangelion, the end of the TV show? And welcome home. To the person who never stopped watching over me. Hey, we did it. Woo! Yeah, man. Fuck. We might finish up one in the next couple days. Well, for me, it'll probably be about a week for you guys, but just gotta get through one more route. And then that's that. Then we good. We Gucci, man. And then I gotta start on something else. Ugh. Probably be doing Photon Melodies next. It's been a while since we've done anything Muv-Love. Well, visual novel related. But yeah. See, that was a good ending. Just, if they took the weird, like, hyper-speed escalation of the relationship away, and just made it, like, not that, I feel like it would have bumped this route up, like, 2 more points. I'm not going to say what I feel it was out of 10, because I honestly don't know, but just, that's the general vibe I'm getting, you know? Like a 2-point bump if all that fucking weird shit was like, chop chop, be gone. But yeah. That is, where we'll be ending it for today. So once again, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, comment, yada yada. Yeah. I will see you all next time, where we will be starting the last final route for 1 to the Radiant season. Hope to see you all there. Later.